what I noticed about people in life, right? There's people that aren't really happy for Black Sam, right? And I'm going to tell you about this, right? There's people in life that will see individuals elevating and they're reaching different levels that they might feel that they can't reach. And they have like a certain type of hate for individuals like that. So when I say this, right, individuals that's out that way in LA, not everybody got love for Sam, because he's taking it to another level when individuals expected for that empire to crumble when Nipsey Hussle passed. They expected for the marathon to be over. Nothing to go nowhere for the marathon. And Black Sam has literally made it elevate, where he took a different turn and went with the burgers, the food. And people are gravitating to it, right? And you might think people rock with you and care about you because they pretend. But it's a lot of people in LA that really don't care on a low. So anybody that is dealing with Whack 100 at any level, you know that they got a certain level of hate. Now, even with the guy P Nice, right? When I seen him do an interview with Whack in 600 and then go and do an interview with Black Sam, which was his best interview, his biggest interview, it lets you know why you gotta be mindful of the type of people that you encounter. Because dude didn't address nothing to Whack 100 about how he said these things about Nipsey Hussle, right? But went over there and sat down with Black Sam and did an interview like it was all good after you just sat down with Whack. But these are the type of people running around. It's a lot of hate going on in the world, right? And Whack is jealous of Black Sam because he can't do what Black Sam can do. Now, Whack will tell everybody about all these different businesses that he has and these different partnerships that he has, but he can't do that. He can't go create something in the hood, around the way, anywhere, and do any business because he won't be able to keep the business running, right? It takes somebody that is able to be in touch with the people, and have some type of rapport with the people to be able to do something like that. Whack can't do that, right? And it forms a type of a jealousy in the individual that he's upset that he can't do that. He can't put it together like Sam can, right? So what does he do? He hates on the brother, you know? And, you know, he tries to use situations like we see with Rockstar, right? And say Rockstar, let it be known that Black Sam and Black Sam wants to get at Whack, Eddie Boy and 600, right? That's Whack's angle. But then he uses Rockstar and Tiny Draws, right? Tiny Draws, we all know, put hands on Whack. We know this, right? And Whack doesn't like that individual at all, right? So he doesn't like Rockstar either. Rockstar thought that Whack was his homie. And this is why I can't watch those type of individuals, right? And I'm just being real. I can't watch them at all. There ain't nothing against them. But from, you know, the relationship that I've heard on the internet of him dealing with Wack and being in the room with Wack, and then Wack being the reason why Black Sam don't like him, and his relationship he had with Nipsey. And it's like, it lets you know that people are willing to turn a blind eye for situations to be a part of something, right? But Wack still throws the boy name in the mud. Straight up. He still throw the boy name in the mud and say, yeah, well, we got the information from Rockstar, thanks to Rockstar and Tiny Draw. Two of the people that, you know, don't even deal with Wack. We know Rockstar don't deal with Wack no more. But once you form any type of relationship with Wack, right, he's always going to be able to throw your name into something to manipulate the situation, to make it look like you was involved with something or he got information from you. And this is what he does, right? So it's like the type of individual you should never want to deal with. You know, it's not beneficial. You know, nothing is beneficial dealing with Wack. You will always go backwards in the game. So, you know, with Rockstar dealing with him, he's throwing his name through the mud and, you know, made sure that his relationship with Black Sam is messed up. All because of Wack. Now, Wack don't got relationships with certain individuals that he tries to act like he does, right? But what he will do is he'll destroy your relationship with the individual if he can, to make sure that, because though he know that he doesn't have a relationship with him, he'll mess up your relationship too. You know, it's those type of individuals that are all around the world, you know, and they're in every city. When they feel like people don't mess with them and they know that they have bad vibes, bad energy, and people don't deal with them because of the character they are, they will make stuff up on you to try to make sure that other people have a visual of you that is not true, so that you can be in the same boat as them because they don't have the relationship with these people, right? And it's like I've been told, Wack, he doesn't have a relationship with Snoop Dogg. He doesn't have a relationship with Black Sam. He doesn't have a relationship with Game like he used to. He doesn't have a relationship with these individuals. His last relationship he's holding on to is Blueface, right? And with Blueface, we can see, you know, because we're going to play something in a minute to let everybody see how Blueface reacted to Wack trying to dictate what he should do going in the boxing ring, right? Blueface let him know, you just stand outside the ring and cheer. You don't tell me what to do or what to wear in the ring. You just stand outside the ring and clap your hands and say, yay, Blueface, yay, yay. You don't have no room to dictate. Now, Blueface signed the contract with Wack, got himself in a pickle, right? And he got to stand on that from putting himself in the pickle. But I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's kind of like fed up with Wack from the way that Wack is definitely, you know, trying to control his career, right? Now, you're a manager, right? All right, put some things down to make sure we get some things set up, but you're not the boss. You know, you don't dictate as a man. You don't dictate what another man is supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And this is what Wack tries to do with certain individuals. And some people, he's able to do that, right? But, you know, I really feel like when Wack is in person with people, he's nice. You know, I've never seen, not one time, I mean, and I've been looking on the internet for a while, I haven't seen one time where Wack was in person with somebody and it was him face to face with an individual and he got brolic with him. I haven't seen it. You know, if somebody's seen it and, you know, they got it, you can send it to me. I'm willing to take a look at it. but I haven't seen nowhere on the internet, YouTube, anywhere where Wack was face to face with an individual and he got brought. I've heard plenty of audio now on the internet of Wack disrespecting individuals and, you know, going crazy and hollering and saying all kinds of stuff to people to provoke them to get them indicted or in a situation. But I've never seen Wack in person, whereas he like, yo, what's up? Like he gonna, you know, do something. And I'm not talking about to the white individuals. I'm not that right there. We're excluding that. You know, the two white guys that he was dancing around with. No, I'm talking about African-American males. I've never seen it, right? But when he's on the internet, you know, or on the phone, he's real brolic with everybody, you know, to portray this image. But when he was in Blueface's face, and Blueface was talking back to him like, man, you don't run nothing with this. You don't run nothing in the ring. When we in the ring, I'm the one getting in the ring. You not getting in the ring. The trainer not getting in the ring. I'm doing what I want. I'm aware of what I want in the ring. And Wack just said, okay, all right, that's what you can just see how the tone changes in the situation. But, you know, it's like he wants to make people believe that he's this gorilla, like this gangster that is really on the tight time that he's gonna get active. And that's why I tell people it's all an act, right? And Wack is like manipulating the people with these actions to make them believe that he's something that he's not, right? And I see it, you know, and I'm sure it's plenty of other people that see it as well. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, make sure you hit the like button. You're getting the building, just hit that like button. Let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel. You know, and I appreciate y'all, right? When we sit there and we really pay attention to it, you got to understand that, you know, it's all manipulation, man. That's it, you know, and the jealousy of an individual that isn't really, you know, like the people that he wants to be, you know, the people that he looks up to, the people that he idolizes. But he does understand that when you move like those individuals, you go to jail. So, of course, he has to cooperate, but at the same time, manipulate people like he's this tough individual to be able to confuse people, you know, and Wack's not like that. Wack is really a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? And that's what people got to understand. But he does these things to try to scare people and keep people off of his back. He doesn't want, you know, people to try him, you know, because people have tried him along the way and they have been successful at trying, you know. This is what happens though when you that type of individual, whereas though you try to, you know what I'm saying, install fear and you think that that's going to work. You're just trying to, you know, scare people because you don't want people to come at you. But, you know, you get those situations where people will try you, you know, and that's what happened with Wack. He had a few situations where individuals tried him and he, you know, didn't come out on top, you know. And even with the situation with J-Rock, you know, he admitted that he got handled, but then turn around and tell everybody, nah, nothing ever happened to me, right? So as if, you know, we didn't see him admitting to getting handled in a situation. This shit is wild.